gonna make this plain. We hate our fans. I mean, you're supposed to like your fans? We hate our fans. And the thing is, the fans know that. They know we detest them. And see, that's what makes our concerts have so much electricity. When we're on stage, we can feel the hate coming at us. And that's what gives us the energy to keep going. You know, that seething hatred for every one of us in the band. I mean, that's how we get off on stage. That's how we put on a great concert.
I have to say that on the fan hate meter, I know that I am the pegged middle high part of that, whereas Vas is down at the bottom of that meter. And I hate the fans in a much more kind of like central way.
I know I hate the fans worse than anybody in the band does.
When I'm on the stage, I'm always looking around, and they're all looking at me. What are you all looking at? Like, why are you all staring at me? I mean, I know that you're here and you paid, but where does it say that you gotta stare? Like, why is everybody in the arena standing there staring at us?
Whether they get into it or not is their problem. Although, they do buy tickets, so that's helpful. But beyond that, I feel I have no further obligation to these people. They're just vermin taking up space. I could be playing to an audience full of ants, for as far as I'm concerned. No difference.
It's taken a long time through the therapies for me to come to a peaceful kind of mutually respectment with those types.
Now, you know, our home turf when we play is Consumption Auditorium, you know, in King's Nose. And, you know, a lot of people complain about Consumption Auditorium. They say it's a dump, it's a dive, it should be condemned. Well, that's what makes it great.
We're one of the only bands that really doesn't mind playing in Consumption Auditorium. We find some kind of a spiritualness and some kind of a wholeness, or maybe it's just this wholeness like holes, like there's lots of holes, so it's full of holes, the floor, the walls. And during the day, during the sound check, you can see daylight coming through the holes. And it's kind of like the arena is made from Swiss cheese for walls. But at night, you don't really see that.
I mean, yeah, some weird things have happened there. I mean, a couple of our roadies disappeared, and somebody found them the next day, and they'd been beheaded. I mean, that's a little out of the ordinary, I admit. But, I mean, you know, things happen on the road. You know, the janitors say that there's rats the size of cars in there. And, you know, there's holes on the floor. And sometimes you look in the holes and there's like these little glowing eyes looking back at you and you don't know what that is. And, you know, potentially it's scary as hell. But you got to look beyond that. You got to look at, say, this is the place where we play. This is our home turf, man. And if they made this all beautified and countrified, it wouldn't be rock and roll. It should stay as it is. Consumption Auditorium is rock and roll for us, and we don't want to change it.
Consumption Auditorium has kind of a third not world, but third rate maybe. Is third rate better than second rate? I can't remember. That just kind of adds to the overall impact on the concert goer and their realized experience.
You know, being a rock star, you make tons of money, right? And I mean more money than you could possibly imagine. But, you know, it's easy for us rock stars to blow through that money, man. Designer drugs and booze and chicks and stuff. You can go through that in about a New York minute. So I set up my own charity, Lars Aid, right? And it's, if I do say so myself, it's brilliant. Because if I blow through all that money, this charity is what's going to float me through my last years, man.
I gotta give credit cards to where it's due, because it was a big success, and I wish I had thought about it, and I wish I had done it also, and I kind of resentment I have it there for that on him. I felt like it was something that I should have thought of, but I didn't think of it. And Lars did, and he beat me to the punch bowl, really.
And so, like my ad says, you better give. So, Lars Aid is my ace in the hole. If I screw up everything, bam, I'm in good shape.
A lot of people are coming to the conclusions that we're not really, that we don't really exist as a band, that we're a parody or some kind of like a trumped up thing, but that's really couldn't be further along the truth. It couldn't be.
I mean, what are you going to say? I'm not real? You going to say I'm not Lars Gunblade? Are you going to say this nose ring isn't real? Come on, man. We're about as real as it gets. We are rock and roll.
I have blisters from where I've been playing guitar solo and for just almost like an hour straight. So I wouldn't be doing that because this blister is real.
We're about as serious as it gets. And if you don't think I'm serious, then you don't know anything about this band. So you better just listen. Listen to this pure, beautiful sound of rock and roll, because that's what the Ass Clowns deliver.
I can play, and I've played for almost an hour on the stage, and I was barefoot, and I didn't come out barefoot. I mean, I had various shoes on, but somewhere in that guitar solo, I lost my shoes, and I didn't even have a guitar. I was playing so hard by the end of it, I was just standing there, and I played my guitar off, and I played my shoes off, and how could people dare to say that that was fake?
Fake. Fake my ass.